We're here to celebrate a special anniversary today, but I'm not gonna lie, with SUVs dominating the dating market, it's been hard to keep the spark alive. Happy 20th anniversary. Yes, the Mazda6 wagon has turned 20, and I'm old enough to remember when this first hit the roads, but boy has it seen some changes. So what's new with the 20th anniversary edition? Let me show you. As the name suggests, this is a special edition, yet for a top model, it's really well priced at just under $55,000 before on-road costs. It competes against the Volkswagen Passat and the Skoda Octavia wagons and manages to slide in right in the middle of their price tags. This gets you all of the features you usually see on the top model, the Atenza, like heated and ventilated front seats, heated rear outboard seats, heated steering wheel, and a sunroof, just to name a few. The full specs are in my written review at carsguide.com.au if you want more details. At first glance, you might not be able to distinguish this from its siblings. It's not until you get up close that you see all the new chromey accents on the grille and the body, plus the new anniversary badges on the side and this exclusive body paint colour. But I hope you like white or red because those are the only two colour options. It's a little bit more obvious once you get into the interior with this beautiful tan Napa leather trim, synthetic suede trims on the dash, and the special 20th anniversary embossing on the headrests. Compared to its rivals, I do feel like this manages to blend sportiness and sexiness with equal focus. It's a really handsome car. Up front, the space feels very comfortable, and while I have heaps of leg and headroom, I don't feel like I have a lot of elbow room. This does lend into that sportiness vibe, but I think you're going to be jostling for a premium armrest position. Individual storage is adequate up front, and you do have a large utility tray for your phone, but I did notice that my phone sort of slid around a bit and I had to put it on the side of the gear shifter just to tuck it in. The interior feels plush, but not all of the tech does. The 8-inch touchscreen multimedia system was a little bit disappointing. It looks quite retro and old with its positioning on the dash and its size now. The graphics are also not super clear. You can utilize it with the touchscreen or a rotary dial, but switching between the two was an awkward thing for me this week. I don't mind these personally, but the traditional gear shifter, dials, buttons, and the analog-looking digital dash lean into that retro feel as well. I really enjoyed having the head-up display this week and all the charging options. You get 2 USB-A ports, a 12-volt port, and a wireless charging pad. I also like that you have wireless Apple CarPlay in this and wide Android Auto, which are always great to have. I'm in the back seat and it feels quite cozy. I don't have a lot of legroom or elbow room in this, but because of the clever sloping of the roof, I have plenty of headspace, which is great. Individual storage is a little bit limited back here to just 2 shallow mat pockets and 2 cup holders, which isn't ideal for a family wagon. The amenities for a top spec model are a little bit basic back here, and it is curious that the heated seat function buttons plus the 2 USB-A ports are in the armrest, which just leans more into that sense that this car would be best suited to 4 people. For families, you have ISOFIX child seat mounts on the outboard seats and 3 top tethers. But honestly, 2 seats are going to fit best. You can fit a 0 to 4 rearward facing child seat too, but it is going to encroach on front passenger comfort, especially if you're tall. Having said that, with the roofline being so low, I'm not sure if I would want to be bending in to buckle in a kid all the time anyway. The low ground clearance did make it very easy for my 6-year-old to climb in and out though. The boot is an okay size at 506 litres. I really like the level load space and that you get a temporary spare tyre underneath the floor. The cargo blind is also pretty cool because it hooks up to the top and means that it's out of the way when you open the boot. Unfortunately though, I did miss having a power tailgate this week. This shares the same engine as the Atenza, and that's a 2.5 litre 4-cylinder turbo-petrol one, with a max power output of 173 kilowatts and 420 Nm of torque. It's a front-wheel drive with a 6-speed auto transmission. The transmission can feel a little bit clunky with the gear changes around town, but overall this has the power to get you and your luggage to your destination. I've enjoyed the lower driving experience. It hugs bends and really feels firmly situated on the road, which is great. There's enough power underneath the bonnet that I feel confident when I need to overtake or zip across traffic in this. And there's enough power too to feel like I can actually put a load in this car and it not whine at me. The suspension feels firm and backseat passengers will notice that the most, but even on uneven road surfaces, it's still a fairly comfortable ride. The cabin's fairly quiet, but you do get a bit of wind noise at high speeds. It's not enough to intrude on chatting though. Overall, I didn't find this to be a bother to park, but the 360-degree view camera is pretty blurry for this spec, and on the 8-inch screen, it does look quite small as well. The front and rear parking sensors were really good though, and the tight 11-meter turning circle makes this pretty easy to maneuver in a tight car park. It drives well, but what about efficiency? The official combined fuel cycle is 7.6 litres per 100 kilometres, and I achieved 10.9 litres. To be honest, I thought that was pretty thirsty given how much open road driving I did this week, but it's not outrageous for a turbo. Based off the official combined fuel figure, you should be able to get a driving range of roughly 816 kilometres, which is perfectly respectable for those still wanting to do road trips. Safety is always important, but more so on a family car, and I like that this has most of the usual specs. The adaptive cruise control now also has a stop and go function, which is nice to see. This was awarded a maximum 5-star ANCAP safety rating, but it was done a while ago in 2018. It also only has 6 airbags, which I think is a little bit low for a family vehicle nowadays. But that does include curtain airbags covering both rows. Check out my detailed written review at carsguide.com.au if you want the full safety specs. The ongoing ownership costs for this one are actually pretty affordable. This comes with a 5-year unlimited kilometre warranty, which is normal for the class, but you can also get a 5-year servicing plan, and services average $501 per service, which is very competitive. Servicing intervals are also reasonable at every 12 months or 15,000 kilometres, whichever occurs first. So what did my family think of the 20th anniversary Mazda6 wagon? Firstly, I loved how it drove and the luxe features up front. The body paint and the trims look divine, but there is a disconnect with family practicality in that back seat. And besides the multimedia system, which 100% needs to be improved upon, I didn't mind the retro feeling cockpit, but my husband's first comment was that it did look old. I reckon this will suit a smaller family or those who don't have to cut around a lot of gear, but you do get a lot of features for your cash here, so this gets a 7 out of 10 from me. My son didn't spend a lot of time in this one, but did like the colours and the trim, so he gives it an 8 out of 10. If you're after more details, check out my full review at carsguide.com.au, and I'll see you next week.